Hello and welcome to your meditation today with me. My name is Chloe. Thank you for being here. Before we begin, make sure you're comfortable and make sure you're going to be warm enough, preferably in an environment where you're not going to be disturbed. So perhaps closing the door of your room or telling people that you share your space with that for the next 10 minutes or so you're going to be meditating. So to give you a little bit of me time. Once you've done those things, go ahead and close your eyes. Give yourself a moment to feel your bones settle. The sturdy, supportive structure of your skeleton holding you. And then the muscles that hug around the skeleton, slightly softening their grip. And then the skin that encases the muscles, the skeleton, that creates the framework of you. A feeling of your skin softening, as if the sun were warming your skin. Become aware of your breathing. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose with the mouth closed. And for the next few cycles of breath, I'd like you to breathe in quite slowly, breathe in quite deeply, and hold your breath in for as long as you comfortably can before exhaling very slowly. We'll do one together and then continue a few in your own time. So through the nose, breathing in slowly, filling your lungs all the way up. Holding at the top. And then slowly exhale. Repeat that a few more times and notice how, as you breathe in, eventually it gets to the point where there's no room to breathe in anymore. And there's almost a slightly uncomfortable feeling if you start to hold your breath in for too long. And the exhale comes and it feels like a real relief. A release. All of a sudden, there's space where once there wasn't. And the same thing happens at the end of the exhale. If you breathe out beyond a point of comfort, you feel so empty, you're desperate to breathe in again. And that can mirror quite wonderfully our life. Breathing in feels good, taking things on, having responsibilities, having structure, things to do feels good. But when we take in too much and when we hold on because we are afraid to let go, things start to feel quite uncomfortable and there's no room to take in anything else. Eventually, whether we like it or not, we're forced to let go. And it can actually feel quite wonderful, quite freeing. And then at the end of that exhale, when you've let go as much as you can, you're ready to take in again. you're ready to take on again. With the completion of the next exhale, let your breath return to normal. Let your breath become quite natural, a natural flow. And there's this echoing or mirroring between the flow of breath, the rise and fall, and the flow of the seasons. And we arrive at a wonderful time of year now. In the northern hemisphere, we arrive in spring. And in spring, after the hibernation of winter, where the roots of plants have rested well, and the sun begins to shine again, and the rain begins to fall, and the earth becomes quite plump with nutrients, the mulch from the autumn having decomposed over winter and now proving to be quite substantial and nourishing food, feeds those well-rested roots, and those roots start to send their energy up, reaching toward the light of the sun, and flowers start to bloom. Imagine your roots. Imagine your tailbone. Imagine your sitting bones. Imagine the ground beneath your tail, your sitting bones. Imagine your spine extending down beyond your tailbone and your sitting bones into the earth, into the ground, feeding off that wonderful, nutrient-dense earth. And imagine that fuel, that food, that wisdom rising up through your roots, up into your tail, up your spine, to your heart. And if it helps to increase sensitivity here, perhaps laying your hands on your heart. And imagining a flower beginning to blossom, beginning to bloom in the center of your chest. It can be any color, it can be any type of flower. Imagine a flower blooming in your heart. See and sense and feel its beauty and the joy that comes with that beauty, that colour, the perfume. Let your senses in your imagination delight at the flower that blooms in your heart. A feeling of joy starts to seep into your cells. And there's an imprinting of this flower in your heart, the stem of the flower, your spine, the roots of the flower reaching out from your tailbone into the earth. And when you find yourself walking around today, noticing flowers in nature, you experience that joy, that wonder, that playful energy again, knowing that the flowers that bloom in nature are part of who you are. This is a shared existence. That flower that you see also blooms in your heart. Feel that joyful energy of spring in each breath that you take. Feel a sense of curiosity simmering in your system. That desire to see and experience the world through a child's eyes, the energy that spring brings. There is so much beauty here for you. There is so much love here for you, if only you allow yourself to see and feel it. So with your senses heightened, and with that flower blooming in your heart, you step into your day now. You step into your week, you step into this month, into this season. With a renewed energy, a desire to see the joy, to bring laughter, to be playful. Not to ignore the challenges that are in the world, but because of those challenges, you know that the world needs more laughter, more joy, more playfulness. When you see the flower, you see yourself. When you see another, you see yourself. You can release your hands, perhaps bringing them to prayer pose, a gesture where the palms touch, bowing the chin toward the chest, and we'll seal our meditation with a deep breath together. Inhale slowly. Hold the breath. Exhale slowly. And when you feel ready to, you can open your eyes. Practice has ended. Thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful day.